Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New York City and Comic-Con, where we are live with the WCG 2012 USA National Finals. Currently going through the winner's bracket, we just saw TriMaster take out Sasquatch 2-1. He's sitting right next to me. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So you're coming from Texas to New York City. First of all, have you ever been to New York City before?
Yeah, this is actually my second time.
Nice.
The last time I was here, I was for MLG Arena.
Okay, cool. So kind of used to the city a little bit, but let's just go ahead and get right into the matches. Of course, you had a bye first round, and then you took out Sasquatch 2-1. And let's go through the games. Game 1 was on Ohana, and this is he went for a 9-pull. Now, I know y'all probably practice a lot against each other. You probably talk a lot about strategy as far as TVZ is concerned, the best builds and whatnot. You seem to be taken completely off guard by that 9-pull. Were you surprised that he did that?
I actually didn't intend on going CC first. The only reason why I did was because I forgot my depot. So I kind of just wung it, or winged it.
Right.
And then, I mean, I was surprised when the Lings came running in.
Yeah.
But at that point, I figured I'd already lost because it was on a 6-pull drone pull.
Yeah.
And I knew there was no way I could hold without losing too much. Yeah, that was pretty much Ohana.
Yeah, and then of course game 2 he does the exact same thing, and you seem to be a little bit better prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean game 2 I did what I originally wanted to, which was go into like one of
yeah, with the wall.
So I mean by the time his Lings got to my base, I already had a Marine out.
Yeah.
I only had to pull like 4 or 5 SCVs just to buffer for the Marine. And then so from there he was just way behind.
Yeah.
My Hellion Banshee follow-up did a lot of damage.
Now, going back to game 1, like you said, you forgot the supply depot. Does nerves come into play as far as that, or is it just because it's the first game of the tournament? Or
I mean, it's the first game I played since like Friday.
Right.
I think the biggest thing was because we were chatting beforehand, so it kind of distracted me.
Did he do that on purpose?
You'll have to ask him. I don't know, but after that, I just started focusing and got in the zone.
Right. So after he 9-pulled twice, 2 games in a row, going into game 3, what were you kind of expecting from him as far as build order wise and whatnot?
Game 3, I was actually expecting him to do like a roach timing, like he did the second time we played game 3.
Yep.
I think the first time we played game 3 was actually the closest because the game crashed.
Yes.
Right before I was
very even.
I was about to put on a lot of pressure on his third, so from there it would have just depended on how well he defended. But up until that point, it was a really even game. The second time though we played, his roaches came, but they didn't do anything.
Yeah, the Banshee was there.
Yeah, and then my Hellion run-bys kept killing. I mean, I pretty much had that game won. I knew he was going Metalisk. I'm sure his drone count was like half of my SCV count, and I already had the appropriate response.
Right.
But then the game crashed again, so we replayed on game 3. The third time we played on Cloud Kingdom, the Nidus did catch me off guard.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was a little surprised at how easy he was able to break through my front. I saw the slow Zerglings and then the roaches and only 2 queens, so I wasn't too worried. So.
Now the Nidus was kind of like a distract. He didn't put anything in that initial Nidus in your main. Did you bring back units to try to react to that Nidus?
That Nidus in the main, my SCVs had killed.
Okay.
If he had Nidus,
I know it got up and then like a second later it died.
Yeah, if he had Nidus there first, I probably would have lost. Just because I wasn't prepared at all.
So did you scout the Nidus when you dropped those Hellions, or how? Because I remember you were sending SCVs around. You knew something was happening.
As soon as I heard the first Nidus worm, I sent those SCVs there.
Right.
Because I figured if it's not there, it's probably outside my base.
Yeah.
And even if it were outside my base, there's the potential of him doing it inside. Yeah. And I need all the units I can in my front, because I knew what was going to follow up was just Roach Queen. I was a little surprised with the slow Zerglings, but it didn't change anything too much.
Do you think he forgot speed? Or, I mean, that seems a little weird to me as far as, using that many Lings and them all being slow.
Yeah, usually that build, when I see it, it's mostly just like heavy Roach, heavy Queen. I mean, it might have been because my Hellions did so much damage and he felt the need to build like a lot of Zerglings at once or something. But I don't know. Like, other than that, I knew as soon as I killed his roaches, I can just kill all his slow Zerglings with my Hellions. So since I also actually did a drop on his natural while he was attacking my front. So I knew that his drone count wouldn't be very high. Yeah. So at that point, I either had to hold without losing, or like he would have to stop his attack and start droning really hard. Yeah. And he did that, but he had no real response to dealing with the Banshees.
No, because all his units were trying to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, great job. You took down Sasquatch 2-1. Now you're going to play QXE in the winners bracket final, and of course this is a rematch of sorts. You played him in the online qualifier,
Yeah, we did.
and you took him down 3-2. Did he go up 2-0 in that? Did you come? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, he was up the 2 games, and then the
you
third
came
game.
back and won 3 in a row.
Yeah, I just did the same build 3 times.
So going into this match against QXE, how confident are you?
I mean, I'm as confident as I can be.
Right.
We usually go back and forth a lot during our games, so I mean, it's really hard to tell.
How much does that play into a tournament like this? Like, sure, you practice a lot, but of course, a lot
plays
more
a
is
lot.
on the line right now.
It plays a lot because we do play. I mean, all my TVT practice is usually with him, besides ladder. So I mean, he's probably really familiar with like all my builds and openings, so he'll usually know what to expect. It's kind of hard to metagame each other,
Right.
unless we've actually specifically prepared for it. But yeah.
I mean, I guess the good news is one of y'all is going to advance to the grand final. So complexity, doing all the things right. Do you think the house in Texas? How much do you think that's helping you?
I mean, it's helping a lot, but I think just practice in general would help a lot of people. We practice a lot in the house. Like, we specifically have about like a 5-hour in-house practice session.
Yeah.
And outside of that, it's usually your own settings. I mean, it just depends on the player, but I usually practice a lot in the morning. And then at night, I just go to the gym and chill out, whatever.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it seems to be paying off. Of course, Complexity doing great in this tournament. Of course, 2 Complexity players are in the winner's bracket final. And, of course, Sasquatch going to fall the lower bracket. He's not out of it just yet, but this has been TriMaster. Of course, my name is Axel Toss. TriMaster stays alive in the winner's bracket. He will move on to play QXE in the winner's bracket finals. That's going to occur later today. But thanks for the interview, man. It was a lot of fun. Best of luck in the tournament. And we'll be back after a break with more WCG 2012. This is the USA Final.